First tonight, we are now just shy of 2 weeks away from a potential shutdown of the state government here in Michigan, with legislators appearing for now to still be deadlocked as the October 1st deadline quickly approaches. If it does, even a brief lapse could be felt here at home. More on that in a minute. First tonight, let's take a look at how we got here. Typically, the governor presents their wish list in February, and our leaders in Lansing propose and approve some final version of the budget by July 1st, after which the legislator and the governor hash out details before the October 1st deadline, when the new budget takes effect. This year, the governor presenting her budget as normal and the Senate passing their version in May. Meanwhile, the House, under Speaker Matt Hall, blew through the July deadline, waiting until late August to propose and pass their proposal, with cuts amounting to $6 billion, or about 10% compared to the Senate's plan. Now only 2 weeks remain for an agreement before the government does shut down, which hasn't happened since 2009. In a grain of salt, that shutdown did only last for a number of hours, but even a brief shutdown can have an impact, especially if seemingly small line items fall through the cracks. Later this week, the Marquette County Homeless Shelter is hosting an emergency meeting to discuss its ask for community help to survive. MyUP's Skylar Perkins shares with us what their leaders want you to know.
The overwhelmingness that we feel right now in the middle of summer is the tip of the iceberg that we are anticipating in the coming months.
Chelsea Wilkinson and her team at Room at the Inn are wrestling with what sounds like an impossible question. How can they expand their services to meet a growing need while worrying about whether they'll even be able to keep their doors open? For the primary resource for people experiencing homelessness in Marquette County, it's not a hypothetical.
We have seen a year-over-year increase in homelessness for 5 years in a row in the Upper Peninsula.
This while reports of homelessness in the Upper Peninsula are growing even faster than the state average. Wilkinson told us people have been signing in to occupy all 46 beds at the warming center for months now, with over a dozen people often left on the waiting list. It's a fact we can look at just on a piece of paper, but their staff sees up close. Last winter, Wilkinson said that meant finding people in need out in the cold, suffering of frostbite.
My NMU interns that make $15 an hour are going out and finding people in dire crises.
Now, Wilkinson and her team are dedicated to the work. According to a report of their 2024 efforts, over a quarter of the staff have experienced homelessness firsthand. What they have less control over is their budget. Right now, much of their funding comes from state and federal sources.
We're looking at over 50% of Room at the Inn's, $500,000 budget is incredibly unreliable.
Room at the Inn is looking to cut that number in half, but say they need community help to do it. This Thursday, the board is asking everyone who's interested to attend an emergency board meeting to discuss their path ahead.
We are continuing to sound the alarm because as service providers, we're seeing our inability to keep up with the pace. And so we feel as though it is our duty and responsibility to communicate that dire need with everyone, with everybody that we can, because it will be a crisis.
That meeting is set for 6 p.m. at the Peter White Public Library on September 18th. In Marquette, I'm Skylar Perkins for MyUP News.